What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Gaming with the Bros Cast, episode 121. That's a palindrome, right? 121.
That is palindrome.
Yeah, okay.
That's our first palindrome. No, 111. That was another palindrome.
I think it has to be like 1, 2. Just to say, it's
it can't be just all the same number.
I don't think so. I could very much be wrong. I literally just thought of palindrome on the spot. So,
damn, our first palindrome.
Yeah.
God, I didn't even plan a celebration for us. I'm sorry.
I know. I did like your tweet though. Everyone's asking what we're doing for our 120 episode. It's another episode.
Everyone,
welcome to the show, everyone. We are Gaming with the Bros Cast.
Yes,
my name is Harrison. I am joined by my brother Nick. As always, Nick, how was your week?
Oh man, it was great. I went to a concert on Friday. I went to see the band Camino.
Okay.
It's not the first not the first concert I've gone to since COVID, but it's one of the first ones I've been really excited about. But had a great time, got a little tipsy, and then had some McDonald's delivered at about midnight. Oh, it hit so hard, man.
So why McDonald's? Was that just the only thing that was open around you?
No,
or you just was feeling some McDonald's?
It wasn't me that brought up the idea.
Okay.
It was my lovely fiance who brought it up as soon as we got in the Uber, and this was the first Uber that I've taken in like 2 years as well. And
really,
yeah. I don't know how we've gotten away with not using an Uber, but yeah, right when we got in it, she was like, "Should we get McDonald's?" I was like, "Yes, we should get McDonald's."
Should get McDonald's.
So we got four McChickens. Some fries, 20 McNuggets. I mean, we went hard. Yeah. I mean, because we didn't really eat dinner because the concert started at like 7.
Yeah.
So we got there pretty early. We got there and we had like these stiff double shot vodka sodas that I think they held the soda on it. Either that or they just like sprinkled it on top.
Yeah, generally if you go to like clubs and shows and stuff, they're usually pretty heavy-handed on.
Well, I hope they are, because the drinks were like they were like $18 each.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was more economical to do the double because that only added $6 to the additional whatever it was. But yeah, it's kind of ridiculous pricing at these concert venues.
That's insane.
But yeah, it was a great time. And then just celebrated some other friends who were getting married, did like a wedding shower for them, and then Sunday just chilled out, had some hot pot, did some shopping at Old Navy, got some outfits for Vegas on Thursday.
Old Navy is probably like my favorite. Like, I mean, you could spend some money there, but like low end shopping, like that's where I get like most of my t-shirts from, is Old Navy, because like
it's super consistent,
like $5 of like a pop, and they're like really good quality. So yeah, I love Old Navy.
Yeah, about these like khaki pants.
Yeah,
and they're kind of like Lululemon pants, like those really like nice like sleek pants, except they were like $45. So compared to $120 for those, pretty good price.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah, Old Navy, man.
I'm
about to be repping Old Navy in Vegas, and that's gonna be like all of my outfits over those 3 days is gonna be all Old Navy.
That fit from the Old Navy,
got the Old Inn. How's your weekend? How you doing?
It was good. This is probably the first week in as long as I can remember that I have not played a single video game.
Wow.
I have not played anything. I
saw you taking Immortals off the list, and I expected you to replace with something, and I didn't see anything.
No, and it's not nothing against Immortals. I like it, but I spent most of the week just kind of preparing myself to I've for the video watchers, I've rearranged my office / game room yet again. I've probably done it about 10 times now. It's not done. I've still got some boxes here and there. But I ordered a capture card, the new Elgato capture card. So I want to start streaming again. And I was thinking about, like, I asked Brittany the other night, because my desk was up, kind of set up to the right, and then my TV is on another wall. And it's it's a 55-inch TV, so it's a big TV, so I don't really have a lot of options. And I've already mounted it, and I don't want to take it off because those screws are so big. That go into the wall. I don't want to have to like spackle them again and repaint. I just didn't want to have to do that. So I was like, well, maybe I can have my setup where it normally is, and then like have some wires across the floor or something every time I stream. But I was like, I really don't want to have to deal with that.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, you know what, let me move everything over, see how I like it. And I like it a lot because I did have like a big black table, and I've taken that out now and have a lot more room in here, which is really nice. But Friday, the problem is like my desk is only so big. So I can't fit my desktop on the desk with both monitors. So
that's a problem.
I have to have my room for my Switch, which I have my Switch behind my monitor, which is fine. There's plenty of room. But I have the Series X, which I will stream from, and then I have my desktop, my PC, actual PC. So I needed and I didn't want to just have it on the floor because dogs and dust and hair and it would destroy it.
Yeah.
So I spent like 2 hours Friday going to like Walmart, Target. I went to like Michael's. I was trying to find like a table that could go underneath my desk. But it had to be so tall or like at least off the floor, but low enough to where my desktop and Series X could both fit vertically.
Vertically.
Yes, vertically. Well, Xbox I can tilt on the side. Well, I've actually got it sitting up because there wasn't a lot of room. But I had so I spent 2 hours doing that. Couldn't find anything. I found a couple of like the little cubicles, like the 3-port cubicle thing. And I could turn it on its side, but it was still too tall. Based on what because like I measured like the table and stuff. So I didn't find anything. And then Saturday, I was in my shed and was just looking through the wood, and I was like, well, maybe I could build something. And I found an old what's it called, shelf that was already painted purple, which was perfect. Yeah, because I used to have it hanging up for my amiibos. So Saturday I repainted it, and then I went to my local like hardware store and bought some wheels, put some wheels on it, and now it's Picasso, baby. Man. It looks beautiful.
Nice. So it has your Xbox on it, right?
Yeah, it's got my Xbox, it's got my PC, and then like the power strip or whatever.
Oh, so it's pretty big.
Yeah, so it's pretty big. Yeah, it's pretty long. It fits all those like pretty perfect. And my external hard drive, so it works out pretty good. So I'm excited for that because I didn't know what I was going to do if I didn't have. I figured I was going to have to build something, but
right.
Yeah.
But you have both your monitors on your desk.
Yeah, both monitors, everything. Yeah, pretty much the exact setup I had before because prior that big table, I had my PC sitting on it. So I didn't have enough room before anyways without that big table. So that was like my biggest ruling against moving everything because I knew I would have to have my PC on the floor or underneath my desk. So it works out good. So
oh man, I wish I had a room like yours. Like I have like an itch to like just rearrange this room, but it wouldn't do me any good. Like it wouldn't do me any good to move the couch to where I'm sitting now or anything like that because it wouldn't change anything.
Your room looks like it's a little bit bigger than mine is.
Yeah, it might be. I think it's this is like a bedroom, so
yeah, because I could maybe fit like an office, a couch right behind me.
Yeah, we have a full sized or double couch, full bed, whatever.
But I was thinking about getting like one of those like beanbag chairs or something.
Yeah.
And just putting it back there so when I'm like gaming and not streaming or nothing, I can just
chill.
Just chill, yeah.
You can get a rocker chair. like we used to have, yeah.
Yeah.
Those are nice.
But adding on to the last year we were talking about just like post COVID and going or during COVID too, like going to the store and you just kind of want to ignore people. There's not a better vibe out there that when you're by yourself in like a Walmart or Target or something, you throw in your AirPods and you just listen to music and you walk around
and you just freaking vibe out, man.
And just vibe out.
Just
and it's also the greatest like fight against like and no hate or anything towards these people, but the people that are selling like cable and stuff like in Walmart and stuff like that. You know what I'm talking about?
Do they come up to you and talk to you?
They always have like in the electronics section, they have like their tables spread out and they have like their direct TV stuff. And they're like, they're like, hey, what cable company you got?
Do you know what TV is?
Yeah. You just throw those bad boys on, you just walk right by them and you can hear them and you just ignore them because
you can because you have in your earphones.
Yeah.
So it's okay.
It's a beautiful thing, man.
Nice. Oh, speaking of, I don't know how to segue this. I bought the Zelda encyclopedia.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, I was reading through it the other day, and
it's cool.
It's pretty cool. Yeah, you have the other one, right?
I have the Historia.
The Historia. Okay. Yeah, they're all available on Amazon. I just decided to go with the encyclopedia because I like looking at all the items and stuff. And there's a lot. There's like developers notes for all the games, and there's a lot of really interesting stuff in those. So if anyone is like a Zelda fan, I mean, you might already have them, but the Zelda, the 3 Zelda books on Amazon, those are pretty cool.
Yeah. It was I mainly did that this week. And then I also purchased these plastic sleeves for my N64 games and Game Boy games.
Yeah.
So I've got all of our Game Boy Color games stashed in like their protective sleeves, and then all the N64, and then I put it back up in the attic, and then eventually when I have an area where I can display everything, I'll pull everything out. But it looks super nice.
You could get a shelf to put behind you in place of that Zelda.
I had a shelf, but I don't know. I ended up tossing it. It was like some like kind of crummy Walmart press board shelf that didn't last very long. But I eventually want to get a shelf and stuff, but probably not here. I think I'm done buying stuff
for
like,
this room
furniture wise. In here.
Yeah, because like you'll move eventually, and the room you get is probably going to be bigger than this one, so you don't want to just like scale down.
Yeah.
For this room specifically,
I pulled everything out of this room, and vacuumed, and for some reason I get like really bad ants down here, and I don't know why. We have like random areas in our house where there's ants, even if there's like no food or anything. Like I don't eat down here. Like I just have my drinks. So it's like I'm sitting here working. I'm like an ant like crawls on my leg. I'm like, why is there an ant on my leg?
Why are you here?
Why are you here right now? So I sprayed like ant spray and stuff. But I pulled everything out, and I always say it, but I'm gonna dread when we move because just in my game room alone is so much shit.
I mean, there's a lot of heavy stuff in there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna text you some ant traps.
Okay.
Because we use one in Charlotte, and it's like this little like tubey that ants crawl into. They kind of get this little like juice in there, and they like it, and they bring it back to their ant colony, and it kills all of them.
Okay.
And it has worked every time we've used it. Like somehow ants got in our car.
Yeah.
So we just put it in the middle on the console, and there were like 50 ants in there.
Yeah.
By the time we were done with it. And it's great. I'll text you a link to it, but
we know how they're getting into the house, and I've sprayed like the area, and like we're in like our living room in the basement, like, Kellen eats chips, so I get it. Like, we always try to tell him to throw his stuff away, but sometimes he forgets, and ants get around there, and I understand. But like my office, I don't understand. Both our bathrooms will get ants like crazy. And like, I don't know if they go for like the toothpaste or like the Listerine or something.
Going for that minty Listerine.
But it drives me like insane. Like ugh.
Did we ever have ants in our game room when we were growing up?
I don't think so. No.
Yeah. Okay. For all the listeners, we had like a sweat lounge game
I was gonna say
room.
sweaty lounge.
All of our friends would come over and we'd all like game in there, and we had like 2 TVs in there normally. Sometimes we'd add a third.
Dude, it got so sweaty in there, like so hot. Oh
Yeah,
my God.
with all the bodies and then all the electronics running, it would just get so hot. And
Our
our
buddy
mom would
Adam
walk
would
in.
rage, so it would just increase the intensity of the heat. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
he'd rage at Call of Duty and then yell at me to go fix the internet connection because we were running off of like 2 megabits per second or something like that.
It was bad for a while. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. But our mom would always come in and say, "Oh my God, it's so stinky in here."
Yeah, this is 3-day-old farts and sweat and
and popcorn
gamer
and
juice.
Goldfish just
Popcorn,
marinating, burn and Diet Right, Mountain
Diet
Dew,
classic.
Diet Right.
That's so good.
Didn't you bring that back?
Yeah, I don't know why they took it away.
But
yeah,
anyways,
let's. I have not, like I said, I have not been playing anything. I've just been rearranging and cleaning and stuff all week. But Nick, you have been playing some stuff. You got a new game.
I did.
I did.
I got a new game. Before I talk about that, I finished up Deathloop. I wrapped it up and I tied a bow on it, and then I put it back in its spot. I don't know why I use that analogy, but I really enjoyed it. I liked the ending. I think when on the last episode, I was probably about 75% of the way through the game, and I was just about to get to the point where I could play through the entire 4 levels in succession and try to beat the game. And I was right in that thought, and I was right there at the end. So I just had to play through the loop like 2 more times, and then I was ready to do all of it. And then I did it all first try. It wasn't too bad. Like I heard that the game was progressively supposed to get harder as you go through it. Like the enemies were supposed to become more aggressive and powerful, but that really wasn't the case. Just because like I had all these powers, and I had this really cool move where you can link up, like if 10 people are standing around each other, you can link them all up with a power, and then you can just shoot one of them in the head and all of them will die.
Oh, wow.
But there's this point at the end where you're at this party and you don't have to kill all the people there, but if you aggro one of them, you're going to aggro all 50 of them. And that's what I did because I'm not sneaky enough, and I'm a terrible thief or terrible assassin. So I aggroed everybody at the party and had to kill like the 3 visionaries there. And then Juliana came as well. She just kind of appeared out of nowhere. So yeah, I kind of used that move, and just it was so easy to take them all out because I could link them all together.
Is Juliana, is she scripted, or does she really just show up kind of randomly?
She'll show up randomly. It tells you when she's coming, and she's hunting you. So she doesn't know exactly where you are unless you aggro somebody. But it's not technically scripted. I think she's like supposed to show up on certain levels when you're doing a certain thing, but it's not like necessarily scripted.
Did anyone ever like invade you or anything like that?
Like real people?
Yeah.
It happened once, and then I switched to single player because I was like, okay, I'm not gonna let this ruin my run.
Yeah.
In my opinion, that was a dumb addition to the game. I don't think they should have wasted resources on having like that side of the game where you're like protecting the loop as Juliana.
Yeah.
I think it's pointless. I'm never gonna play as Juliana because I don't want to ruin someone's run.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. Yeah. It kind of reminds me of Dark Souls, where like you're invading somebody else, but I don't know, for some reason in Dark Souls it's a lot more like, I don't know, it's a lot more comical. It's a lot more joyous in a way. Whereas in Deathloop, I'm like, okay, well now I can't leave the level until I either kill Juliana or go to this place and kind of unlock the door to get out. So it's kind of dumb. I don't know. That's just my opinion, but yeah. And then I played through the game, got one of the endings, and it was strictly because I didn't know that if I would have pulled the trigger, it would have done something. I was like, oh, this is a cutscene. I'm not supposed to do anything. And then I got the bad ending, technically.
Oh gosh.
I was like, okay. And it's not really the bad ending, in my opinion. In my opinion, it's one of the happier endings. So I just went on YouTube and watched the other 2. And they really weren't too different. from the one that I had. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I don't think it's like a masterpiece like people said it was when it initially came out. I think it's like an 8 out of 10 game. It's great. It's not like amazing. I still kind of agree with your sentiment from last week where you said that the gunplay and the movement in arcane games just never feels right.
Right. Like they like almost nail it, but then it just I don't know. Yeah, it just feels very heavy sometimes.
It feels heavy, yeah. And I think they got closest with Prey of making it feel good to play.
Yeah. But even Prey, like the first like hour or so, I was like, I don't know. And then
this is moving a little weird.
Yeah. And then I just got engrossed in like the environment and story. So that kind of pushed me through.
Yeah, it kind of made up for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a great game. I mean, it's like $25, so it's not
super cheap.
Yeah, it's not too expensive if anyone's interested in it. But aside from that, I put out a poll on Twitter because I was thinking about a few games. I was thinking about Dark Deity, this indie game on the Switch that is almost exactly like Fire Emblem, and it was inspired by it, except it's just not as like technically savvy. It's got some bugs, so I was kind of wary because it was like $30. I was thinking about Triangle Strategy because I played the demo and I loved that. And then what was my other game? Like Death's Gambit. It's like a 2D Metroidvania.
Yeah.
And
I think was that on sale?
It might have been at one point.
Okay. I feel like I've seen that game recently.
You should look into that game. You might like it.
Okay.
Yes, I put out that poll and like everyone said to get Triangle Strategy. So I picked it up at Target.
Nice.
I told you that's how it was going to end. I was going to end up at a Target and just end up picking it up. But I'm on like chapter 7 now, and the story is utterly fantastic. It is so cool. It kind of reminds me of like a Game of Thrones type story in a way. And it's also cool because like I had this moment where I was choosing between two things. And in order to do either of those things, I had to convince my party members to do whatever I wanted to do. So I was trying to take the stand our ground route as opposed to giving someone up. I'm being very vague, but giving someone up to an opposing force versus standing your ground. And I was trying to get people to stand their grounds. And the text choices that I made didn't convince people. So that like took me down like completely different path in the game where now I'm like doing something I don't want to do. Like I did not want to do this thing. And I feel like that's kind of cool because like I could have save stumped and gone back.
Yeah.
I was just like, okay, I'm just going to play this out. I'm going to do it how I would in real life where I can't redo a decision. And I feel like that's kind of cool because like I don't necessarily agree with what I'm doing, but that's just how the cards are played.
Yeah.
So I'm just going along with it. Yeah. So there's been a couple of like decisions like that where like, oh, you're either going to go here or you're going to go here. And there was like one big one at the beginning of the game. And I don't know how that impacted further events, but this one seems like it has like a pretty big impact on the game. And I feel like there's a lot more of those where you have like, you know, your 8 confidants that you're going around to trying to convince them to do something. And then they'll like individually vote and you might get them on your side. You might not, but that's like the cool part of it. And aside from the story, the combat is really fun. It's a little clunky to kind of like move around the camera. I don't know if you ever played like a Final Fantasy Tactics game.
Yeah, briefly. Yeah.
Yeah. I think I briefly played one, but I mean, I guess it's similar to Fire Emblem just because it's a grid-based tactics game, but it's more, there's more verticality to it.
Okay.
And I guess there is verticality to it. There's not really verticality in Fire Emblem, but there's like buffs you get if you're an archer and you go up high and snipe people from above and, you know, stuff like that. But really enjoying it. I really like this game. It's going to be a good plane game when I'm flying to Las Vegas this weekend. So yeah, it's been fun. It's a fun game.
Sweet.
Yeah, definitely glad I picked it up.
Yeah. I did pick up some from Target. I was like, I have to get something. I ended up getting the collection of Kirby amiibos. I got Meta Knight, Kirby, and
nice.
then King Dedede. So it's like I have to get something.
Did you have either one of those? Or
I did.
Did you have
no.
any of those? Okay. Did you have a Kirby at all?
I didn't have a Kirby at all. No.
Dang.
I just saw them. They were like on like a random shelf. Like there was like 4 or 5 a piece of them. I was like, yeah, I'll get them. Why not? Add to the collection.
I saw a Kirby, and I thought about getting it,
Yeah.
but I never went through with it. But I'm thinking about it now. Thinking about those amiibo.
Cool. Yeah, I love them. I think I'm me and Kellen counted. I'm up to like 52 now. I think. So
30 of them are Zelda.
What?
30 of them are Zelda.
Yeah, they really are. Got so many Zelda. So many Zelda. Anything else you've been playing?
That's pretty much it. Yeah, just Deathloop and Triangle Strategy.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Well, you want to jump into the news?
Yeah, we've actually had a lot of interesting stuff happen this week.
Yeah, it's been a really good week for news actually. Nintendo's just kind of dropping stuff like crazy. I like it.
Just tweeting out.
Halo, we'll start with Halo first. Halo Infinite is getting obviously season 2 is getting ready to come out here on May 3rd. It's getting new modes. Last Spartan Standing, which they did a brief trial of it in this current season.
Like very brief.
Right? Very brief. I don't know if this is the exact same or if this is kind of a
some sort of variation.
Yeah, variation of that. But it's kind of like, no, it's not a battle royale mode, but it's, the last to die.
And you have like a certain amount of lives, right?
Certain amount of lives. I think when you get a kill, you get a better weapon, I think. And there's also like the red wall or whatever you want to call it that comes in and creates choke points and stuff like that. But they have it on like the big team battle map. So
it's pretty big.
Cool.
I mean,
so pretty large. I don't know how many people. I don't know how many players it is, though. I think maybe 10 or 12, something like that.
Okay.
And then they have King of the Hill as well. I think
King of the Hill. Yeah, that's one of the new ones. And then one more, right? Stronghold, not Strongholds, but
is it Strongholds?
Actually, it might be Strongholds.
I probably know. Season 2 modes. King of the Land Grab. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's coming. I'm excited. I'm excited to jump back in and see what they do with that.
So you're going to be back in day one?
I think so. Yeah, it's on a Tuesday, I think. So I'll probably stream it or something. But get back into that battle pass. See what it's all about. I think it's ironic that it's called Lone Wolves and we still don't have co-op yet. Well, I guess it's not ironic. I guess it's perfectly played out.
On brand.
It's on brand, yeah. Which co-op I think is not. I think they are shooting for an August release date, which is it's just crazy. It's crazy that they still don't have that in there.
So they put out a roadmap, right?
Yeah.
That's the Campaign Network co-op.
Okay.
Is late August, but I don't think that's the actual campaign co-op, right? That's just like the network test.
Oh, really?
And then the campaign splits. Oh, wait, maybe it is. Maybe it is because campaign split screen co-op is TBD, but campaign network co-op. Okay, yeah, that's late August. Campaign mission replay also late August, and then Forge open beta is a September target. My God, how did they expect these to launch with Halo Infinite back in?
I have no idea.
November of last year. Jesus, they should have delayed it. I know we were saying a different story when it came out, but they should have delayed this game another year, in my opinion.
Yeah, probably. I mean, I had my fun with it. I mean,
I had a great time.
Yeah, it sucks. Campaign or co-op wasn't on there at start at the end launch, but I just think they had to get it out and just get it and get it to people's hands, I guess. And I don't know if just, again, we talked about it last week, but Halo hasn't always been, the drip feed content like we talked about, but
I think they just weren't ready for that amount of content and those expectations. Like they had to have known that releasing 2 maps with season 2 just wasn't going to be enough. Like,
so this goes from what's June, July, August, September, October, November. So that's 6. Is 6 months the typical season for how long is like the Call of Duty stuff?
Yeah, if anyone knows, let us know. But I thought they were like max like 3 months.
3. I thought 3 was maybe that's just Fortnite.
Yeah,
I feel like that's
Fortnite.
a good. And maybe this battle pass will be even more. I have no idea, but I finished the battle pass in like December, I think, or like early January.
And granted, you were grinding pretty hard.
Yeah, I was playing every day, but I was playing 7 or 8 matches a day, maybe, and focusing on like the
challenges,
and stuff. So I don't know. I don't know that. I feel like 6 months is too long, but if they have a lot of great content in there, maybe I don't know, but
and like maybe they can get away with it because there will be new people joining in, and they'll have 2 battle passes to complete technically.
Yeah.
So that might increase the longevity of the game for them a little bit, but yeah, 6 months, that seems like a long time. I thought that they expanded or they delayed the end of season 1 from March to May.
Yeah.
So it turned it from 5 months to, or 4 months to 6 months. I was like, okay, that's a long first season.
Maybe the next 4 months is good. I really think like it would be 3 is like the sweet spot, but
3
maybe
or 4, I think.
Yeah, I don't know, because but like Fortnite, like it always. I need to check out that new build mode too, but but Fortnite, it's always obviously brand like new skins and just adding to whatever metaverse thing they've got going on in there, and then they always have like some sort of new item or new like weapon or new some sort of like sometimes it looks kind of gimmicky, but like they have like the mechs and they have a whole bunch of different stuff. So
yeah.
Spider-Man like flying around like on like web swing, like just always something different. But I feel like those are like 3 months, but maybe I could be wrong. I'm not sure.
Yeah, well, we'll see when it comes out next week. But
yeah, jeez,
it's coming up.
So Nintendo did like a little bit of a switcheroo.
Little switcheroo.
Little switcheroo. Go ahead.
The first, I'm excited about this one, but the first tweet that they put out was a surprise Xenoblade Chronicles 3. It's coming out July 29th instead of September.
Yeah.
I was like, all right.
Yeah.
The first reaction is like, all right, why not? Yeah. Summer RPG.
Yeah.
Plenty of time to play it. Perfect. Not going to get bogged down by other games. I love it. And then it gets you thinking, well, if they're moving this game forward, it's got to be switching with something, or something else is moving back.
Yeah.
And that game was Splatoon 3. And granted, it's technically still coming out in the summer.
Still technically summer.
Summer goes until September 21st or 22nd or something like that. But
I like your theory though, Nick. Because
yeah. So here's the kicker. So Nintendo Switch Online initially came out in September of like 2018. And the original.
And the original. Okay.
Yeah, both September. Maybe Plus was October.
Yeah, I think it was October.
But if they release a multiplayer game, i.e. Splatoon 3, which is huge in Japan. Like very big in Japan.
Very huge.
Big here. Maybe not as big as like Call of Duty, but still really big here. If they release that at the time of NSO renewals, people will either be renewing or they'll be starting a new subscription because maybe they haven't had online for a long time because there haven't been any multiplayer games that require it. I feel like Fortnite doesn't require it, but Splatoon 3, maybe might spend $20 on a membership. Maybe spend $50, get that Octo expansion for Splatoon 2.
Exactly.
Call it a day. And that's kind of the other part of the story, is that Nintendo added the Octo expansion to Splatoon 2 for NSO members.
Yeah.
For
which is a really good
Plus
expansion too. It's a great single player.
And I haven't played it yet.
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, I picked that up a while ago when it first came out. Yeah, it's awesome.
Okay. Yeah, so what do you think about this? How do you feel about these two games switching around? Do you care?
I
know you're.
I haven't
you're a bigger
played
Splatoon fan.
a Xenoblade Chronicles. Maybe this will be the one I do play. I don't know. Obviously Splatoon, like that's a day one purchase whenever it comes out for me. I've Splatoon 1 and 2 were just amazing, and this looks really good too. So yeah, I'm excited. I think your theory makes a lot of sense. I feel like maybe in the future, like September could be or around September could be a time where we could expect some additions to NSO or a big game to release around NSO or around September. So yeah, I think that theory makes sense. I think it holds up. Yeah, I think it makes sense when you think about the theory.
Timing.
Yeah, the timing.
You think about the theory and the timing. I think it makes sense. So we'll see. I mean, we'll see if Nintendo piles on and adds Game Boy and Game Boy Advance games to NSO around this time as well, or if they just add it to the current tier, to the base tier of Nintendo Switch Online with NES and SNES. But I can't see them not trying to sell the higher tier. What is it called? What is the higher tier called?
Plus or expansion pack, right?
Expansion pack. Okay.
Yeah, I think it definitely comes to expansion pack. I think we'll probably get that within the next few months, like or maybe around September. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I don't know when they add that. Yeah, I think we're definitely getting it this year, and then maybe even next year getting like Wii and GameCube games. I think that could be
really
just huge. But obviously a lot of people want Game Boy Advance games. Like I really want Game Boy Advance games. So
I couldn't see them adding Wii games.
No, you don't think they'll add Wii games?
No, it's too like proprietary.
But you got the motion controls with the
but like okay, sure, yeah. I guess you do have the motion controls, but
I mean you got the Joy-Cons. You don't want to play Boom Blocks?
I want to play Steven Spielberg's greatest hit, but
yeah, it's a good game.
I just don't know if it'll happen.
Yeah, I don't know.
They also put out a new trailer for Xenoblade Chronicles 3, which probably means nothing to you since you haven't played the other games, but it looks great. The battle system looks just as chaotic as 1 and 2, which I'm looking forward to getting lost in and not knowing what's going on for the first 10 to 20 hours. But yeah, it looks cool. It looks like it's going to connect 1 and 2 in a pretty meaningful way. So looking forward to that. And then they put out a new, it's not really a trailer for Splatoon 3, but just what is that? Just the video of Turf War, just a 3-minute long Turf War match.
Yeah, it was kind of weird because like no other game really showcases like the entire match of something. But then I was like, okay, I was like, man, this is kind of looking like the Splatoon 1 and 2 where there wasn't like a lot of changes. But then they started showing off some really cool like special modes, like special moves and stuff. And
those specials are sweet.
Yeah. It looks pretty cool. Like the ink slinging thing, whatever it was called, like where you could sling around the map. Like that was super cool. Like that's gonna add like a ton of verticality to the game. So yeah, I'm looking forward to what I've seen with just in that. So it looks cool.
I'm liking the specials better in 3 than I did initially in 2.
Yeah.
So do you think this will be like a Splatoon 2.5 Like Splatoon 2 was more of a 1.75. Splatoon 1.75.
Yeah, I mean, multiplayer wise, I don't know exactly all what they could do differently, other than just like
Yeah.
a bunch of new modes or something. I'm really hoping the campaign is vastly different than, because like 1 and 2's campaign were so similar with just their setup. Like you
Yeah,
have
they
like a
were.
little hub
They were like
world that you
hub.
got to find the invisible. What everyone's played it, but yeah, I hope the campaign is what's changed the most from these two games.
And I think it will, because this one has a name, right? Like the actual campaign has a name, like the something of the mammalians.
Yeah, yeah,
So maybe it's like more themed and less like a Mario game where you're just going into random levels and
yeah. I hope so. Yeah, I hope.
yeah.
Yeah. We'll see, but I'm excited either way. I'm super excited for Splatoon 3.
Yeah, I'm ready, man. It's been too long since I've played Splatoon 2.
Yeah.
I love
Well, I like the expansion.
I know, yeah, I think I will.
It's not very long. I think it's like a few hours. So
Okay.
yeah, and the levels are really cool. It's pretty different than the main campaign.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'll have to jump in and check that out.
Yeah, it's fun.
All right, what else we got?
And then lastly, Ubisoft. They're itching to be acquired. It looks like.
Who's gonna buy them? Microsoft? Sony?
Maybe Sony, because they just, I mean, they recently are, announced that they're acquiring Bungie, which is going to help in their kind of like live service games. Because other than that, those games, they don't really have anything else that's live service based. I mean, they got like, Gran Turismo 7 that just came out, but I don't know how well that's done, and with the whole kind of the way that's launched has not been great. I mean, maybe Ubisoft, because all their games are live service, and just I don't know. I've fallen off Ubisoft games in the last like 5 or 6 years. But maybe Sony can not necessarily turn them around, but maybe they have a bunch of IPs. I mean, gosh,
Bunch of underutilized.
Yeah, like a new Splinter Cell or something, or that's obviously heavily single player based, but then they also have like the Mercs versus Spies mode that they could bring back in that game or something like that. So yeah, I mean, I think it would probably make the most sense with Sony, just so they could expand their existing catalog, since it's mostly single player. But yeah, I mean, obviously Microsoft, I don't see Microsoft making a huge acquisition until
Activision
is done.
Yeah, that would verge on monopolizing the industry if you have Activision Blizzard and Ubisoft like that. I don't think I'd want that to happen.
No, and I think that in Microsoft's case with that, they probably, I feel like they would probably keep those games third party, or not third party, but put them on other platforms. Just because they are mostly live service games. So, but yeah, I could see Sony doing it, but yeah, I don't see Microsoft.
I don't know if Sony could afford it.
I don't know.
Like, does Sony have enough capital to?
Yeah, they're pretty big. I mean, they're not Microsoft big, but
I don't know. I feel like Ubisoft, that would be like at least in the 10 billions, right?
I mean, Bungie was what? How much was 3 billion? I think 3 billion.
Was it 3 billion?
I think so. Okay. I could see Ubisoft being like 30
billion,
30 or 40.
If Activision was 70,
yeah,
which still blows my mind. Then
so one of the biggest entertainment acquisitions ever, which is insane. Yeah, 30 or 40. Is that worth it to Sony? I don't know.
I don't know if he'd be 30 or 40, because the only reason that Activision is so high is because of Call of Duty.
Yeah,
like that's that's a big franchise. But like in terms of Ubisoft franchises, like you have Assassin's Creed, which can only sell so much, can only have so much player retention, so many microtransactions, whatever.
Yeah.
And then you have like Tom Clancy games and
You got the Rabbids games.
get the Rabbids games.
They sell pretty well.
Like 2 million, 3 million, something like that.
What's the movie? Dance.
Just
Dance.
Dance. Just Dance. Okay, Just Dance.
That game sells pretty well.
It's a yearly seller. What else? What else do they have? And then you have like all those games in the works, like Beyond Good and Evil 2,
Yeah.
Skull and Bones, games that probably will
20 to 40 billion, I think, somewhere in that range.
20 to 40 billion.
Yeah, somewhere in that range, give or take a few bill.
A few bill. Yeah, somewhere in the Twitter 44 billion range.
Yeah. Jesus. Free speech is back, baby. Yeah, you can start. Yeah, you could, after he takes over, you can start going on Twitter again, I guess. I don't know
what is going to be different about Twitter that wasn't
crazy
there before, but
who knows?
Good for him if he wants to spend that much on a social media platform. But
yeah, good for him just casually drop $40 billion.
Yeah, good on him for being rich. You know, it's like
a one person acquisition. Oh my God, whatever. Maybe Sony's the only person I could see doing it, or only company I could see doing it. I don't see Microsoft doing it. And anybody else would I would be more of like a merger kind of thing, like Ubisoft EA thing.
Yeah, what if it was EA that bought Ubisoft?
That'd be crazy.
Just bought them out.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I can see Sony doing it, but also like, I don't know. Maybe to just expand what they currently have to get more into multiplayer stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know.
I feel like Sony has done enough acquisitions to please like their core fan base, like, you know, like the single player fan base. Like, you know, they acquired Housemarque, they acquired Blue. It's not Blue Point, is it? Is it Blue Point?
I don't think they acquired Blue Point, did they?
They did.
Did they?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that am I thinking of the right company?
The Demon Souls remaster? Yeah. Yeah, that's Blue Point.
Oh, I'm thinking of Blue Box.
Blue Box.
That's the one I was afraid I was thinking of. But yeah, they acquired Blue Point, Housemarque. So that's kind of pleasing like their core fans. And now you're probably right. They just want something that can help them go towards live service.
Yeah.
And make money that way versus spending, $400 million making, God of War 2 and hoping that sells enough to make back their money. They're kind of like too big to fail, but if they have one failure, it might topple their budget for the year. So they probably need these live service games.
Yeah.
To consistently generate revenue.
It's on our list here, but you mentioned God of War, but yeah, Santa Monica Studios did say that it's on track for the new God of War to come out. God of War Ragnarok to come out this year, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I guess that's their big release this year.
Yeah, do they have anything else? I mean, they had Horizon in February and
GT7.
And GT7. I mean, they may announce something at the Summer Game Fest or something that comes out this year, but do they have anything else that comes out other than God of War? Is that it?
Yeah. But what does Xbox have?
Starfield.
What if that gets pushed?
Yeah, I don't know.
What's that vampire game? The 4-player vampire game?
Redfall,
that got delayed, right?
I think that's 2023, yeah.
Or either that or Holiday. 2022. right? Or am I just
This summer. It's supposed to come out this summer.
assuming that it got delayed? Yeah, it was supposed to come out this summer.
I don't think it got delayed.
Oh. Maybe. Oh, there's rumors that it might be delayed.
Oh, that it might be. Okay.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Yeah, we haven't really heard anything, so
I don't know. We haven't seen the gameplay of that game, so
it's not the end of the world.
Yeah, I'm curious about it, but I'm not. After just not even attempting to play Back for Blood. Yeah, which is I thought it was gonna be a day one for me, and I don't know why I didn't play it. I heard it was pretty good, but
came to Game Pass too.
Yeah, it came to Game Pass.
Even that can persuade.
Yeah, just have it. I had it downloaded and everything, but just never even tried to play. I don't know that demo. I played the demo and I didn't love it, but
maybe you don't love Left 4 Dead as much as you did 10 years ago.
I think it's just hard to get 4 people to play together.
Yeah, just a sign of the times.
Yeah,
more than anything.
Yeah,
but you know what? Thinking, PlayStation has their 3 or 4 games coming out this year. Xbox has their 2. Nintendo, dude, they're always pushing out games. They pretty much have a game coming out every month this year.
There's 2 months in this year that we don't know or have anything slated for those months, right?
There's May
and August.
And then October, November, December. But we'll know. I mean, we're assuming that a Pokemon game is going to come out in November. So assuming that Scarlet and Violet, assuming those are going to come out in November.
They usually do, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what else is slated, but
when you said that Nintendo would just randomly tweet out like a Zelda game, I'm looking a little bit more optimistic about that guess or that theory, because I mean, with just announcing Xenoblade Chronicles and Splatoon, I mean, who knows what they got this week? They're just kind of flying off the rails, man. It's a little.
Now, I did say May was going to be the month for these games.
I think that might be a little bit.
Yeah, it might be a little bit too much. It's a little too close now. Like it's all next week is going to be May. So
what do we have in June?
June is Fire Emblem, Three Hopes, and Mario Strikers.
Okay.
And then July is Xenoblade, Live a Live. Nothing in August. August might be
a good month for it. They announced Zelda something remake or
I would say that or Mario and Rabbids.
Did that not get pushed until 2023?
I don't think so.
No. I'm excited for that game.
Yeah.
It was
either that or like awesome. December for that game. I don't know.
Maybe.
Normally they have like their RPGs in December.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe they put out that double pack in December.
I'm thinking August, just because it's
you're
summertime.
August.
It's Wind Waker. It's water. You're on a boat.
Okay.
It meets that vibe.
It's the vibe. Skyward Sword kind of hit that vibe.
It did, yeah. It did. It did that summer vibe. So maybe we'll see. Hopefully,
we might know this week,
or maybe they throw in the Game Boy Advance stuff in August or something.
Yeah.
So, we'll see.
The possibilities. They're quite endless.
Do you think Splatoon 3 has any sort of microtransactions or anything?
No.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think so. I would say that they do like something cosmetic, but the gear actually has a purpose.
Yeah.
Or it actually has like stat boosts. So I don't know what they would sell that wouldn't be pay to win.
It's true. That is true. Yeah, I forgot that the gear is actually does stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
Skins for the guns.
Skins for the guns.
Yeah.
Maybe. I can't see that happening.
Yeah, I mean the game's already $60 and you got to pay for Switch Online.
Right. So that's $80.
Yeah.
Up front if you don't have online.
So, yeah, I think maybe they do. Yeah, maybe they drop the Game Boy Advance stuff in August, get everybody in that ecosystem, and then boom, Switch or Splatoon 3. Everybody's ready to play. So I don't know, maybe.
Do you think there's going to be a dedicated smartphone app for Splatoon 3?
I'm betting at E3 or Games Fest this year they just 86 the app. Like, we're
you
done
think
with it,
so?
guys. I don't know. They just need to. Nobody uses that thing.
Yeah, everyone would just use like Discord or literally anything else. It's like, I'm not going to use your proprietary app to play one game.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Yeah.
But yeah, let us know, guys. That's going to wrap up the news. But yeah, let us know what your theories are for Nintendo's release schedule. It's always fun. I don't know why it's the most fun with Nintendo, but it's always the most fun to figure out what the heck they're going to do, because who knows.
And then we still have Advance Wars. We don't know when they're going to slot that in.
Yeah, maybe they. I think it's. Is it time? Is it okay for them to release that? I think it's fine.
Like if they tweeted tomorrow and said it was coming out in May,
yeah,
I think that would be fine. But maybe there's a stigma around it now that they've delayed it specifically for the war. I mean,
do you think if they would have released that game and not said a thing, do you think anyone would have batted an eye?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
When was it supposed to come out? The end of
April. It was in April.
In April.
It would have been out by now, I think. Or maybe just because it's a game literally about taking over territory. Maybe that's...
Yeah, and I think they do allude to the enemies being like Russia.
Okay.
In the original.
Okay.
So it might have been a little bit too indicative of that, but
I'll also think if they just didn't say anything, they probably just could have released it and it would have been fine. But
yeah.
But yeah, I would say maybe this is the August game. Maybe this comes out in August sometime. But I think.
Sorry, I forgot about Bayonetta 3 as well.
Oh yeah, when does that come out? Is that September? Do we know? Did they have a release date for that yet?
I would call that an October game. October. That's kind of got like a little
spooky vibes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that.
Of which, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, totally forgot about Bayonetta 3.
At some point we should do like a definitive rundown of guessing Nintendo's release schedule for the rest of the year.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Maybe we'll shoot for that next week or something.
Yeah.
It'd be fun.
Maybe we'll have some more information by then.
Yeah. Who knows with Nintendo with the last couple of weeks. But yeah, that's going to wrap up the show, guys. Nick, where can they follow us on Twitter?
They can follow us on Twitter at GamingWTBros. We do a lot of polls there. You can help me decide which games I'm going to buy next. And a bunch of other stuff. And that's where we kind of tweet out all the show information when we're going live, all that stuff. You can follow us right here on Twitch at Gaming with the Broscast. We are live every Monday at 8:30 p.m. EST-ish. Right around that time. We had some
camera trouble for whatever reason tonight. I don't know. Literally working up until the point where I just joined the Zoom call and it was just black screen.
And then it didn't work.
And I am going to have my new capture card tomorrow, so I'm going to start streaming. I'm not going to dedicate anything because I tried doing that when I first started streaming, and it was kind of a nightmare. Just because some nights I was like, I don't really want to stream, but then I felt like I had to, So I'll probably stream tomorrow at some point. I have no idea what I'm gonna play, but I'll play something just because I want to test it out and see how it works. So yeah, if you want to watch us, I'm sure we'll at some point get together, Nick, and play something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then what else we got? We got TikTok, gaming with the Broscast on there. We've been slowing down our videos lately just because of Elden Ring.
Yeah, I've got a couple of podcast clips from last week that I've already got edited and done. I just forgot to, just because I've been rearranging that I just haven't put it up yet.
Yeah. Yeah, so follow us there for more podcast clips and gaming videos. And then lastly, if you want to email us any questions, you can email us at gamingwiththebros
at yahoo.com.
gamingwiththebros@yahoo.com.
And there's also a Discord link too in the description of the podcast.
Yes.
So if you join the Discord, and we'll eventually do like a live Q&A or something along those lines. But we just got to start promoting it more. So we'll do something like that.
Got to get better at that.
Yeah. We do have another review on Apple Podcasts. So shout out to It's Mr. Cool. It's another great review. So if you guys hate the show and you leave a nasty review, I'll read it. I'll still read it live. But they just have all been good, positive reviews. So he says, "Hey guys, love your podcast and glad y'all are making these. I found y'all from looking for podcasts talking about Elden Ring and loved it ever since. Shout out to Elden Ring. You guys remind me of me and my brother talking about games and nerding out. Keep it up."
Oh, nice.
It's Mr. Cool. We appreciate the positive feedback as always. And again, if you've got some negative criticism, if you want to tweet at us or email us, please let us know. We're always looking to improve the show.
Yeah. We do like the positive reviews though.
Yeah, we do like the
so
positive
don't make
stuff.
a negative review just because you feel like you have to. If you don't want to, that's fine too.
Yeah, exactly. Just if you've got some positive stuff to get off your chest about the shows, let us know, man. Yeah, just get it off. But yeah, that's going to wrap up the show. I want to talk about Halo at the very beginning, but the latest episode was pretty badass. I don't know if you've seen it yet.
I have not seen the latest 2 episodes.
Spoilers: you see jackals and grunts for the first time, so it's awesome.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So yeah, I still enjoying that, but yeah, we will see you guys next week, and if you want to possibly watch me stream something tomorrow, always come and hang out. Yeah. But later, guys.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. See you later, guys.